One love, one heart, oneness. I am the one. He's the one. She's the one. That's the one. The significance of the number one. Something important to note. Like, what is it that's special about one? Someone will come and say, I'm the one. And someone will outrightly confirm something by saying, that's the one. So we see the significance of one. Okay, let's break it down. Even Bob Marley has a song called One Love, One Heart. All right, so as we know, let me, for me to be clear about what I'm explaining or what I'm trying to put out to you to note, let me compare this oneness to two. Let me compare the number one to number two, because in life we know that it's duality. Everything is duality. So there's two. Like you have two hands, left and right. There's two God. The God is in two, the Alpha and the Omega. Duality is above, so below. Like the issue of duality. And then we can see that everything is in duality form. Like you have two legs, so that means that you are dual as a person. There's the physical you, and then there's the inner you, the inside you. So there's two beings in one body, and then in one spirituality. So if we compare the number one, the number one seems to be important, but the dual thing also is important. So let's see how the number one supersedes the number two. Okay, so the theory is you can be a good leader on the inside, but physically someone will look at you and be like, what? This can't be a leader, man. This guy, he looks some other type of way. So that's the thing. So, and then you can also be good looking, be appealing, more appealing to the people, and people just by seeing you say, oh well, this guy is actually a great guy or a great person, but on the inside you can be rotten. So that's two conflicting points here, two beings in conflict. So if these two beings are in conflict, then you cannot be a good leader or a good person or a good judge or whatever. You can never be a god. So you have to be one. So by one, it means those two beings have to be like agreeing on things. Those two beings should be equal. Those two beings should be in the same spirit, in the same form, in everything. So those two beings, if they are like that, then they are called one. That's why if someone is if there's a wedding, like in a wedding, when people are joined together, they are ones sebemunye, so that means if ever you join two things, or I don't know if you join maybe three, but I'm talking here, I'm comparing one and two. So if you join those things, they become one. That's a whole. So that means you are now a complete vessel. You're now a complete person who can really be rational in everything. So that's when we see that's how the number one is more important to number two. Okay, so you can apply it to life in general. You can apply it in life in general. Like if you can, if your mind is agreeing with your body, then your things go well. If your soul is agreeing with your physicalness, then everything goes well. Because if your mind is not really complementary to your physical self, then the mind abuses the body, or the mind abuses the physical. So that's when you find out that you, as a person, you do not, you're really struggling in doing things, and you always never figuring out things how they should be, or never seeing things on how they are. So it is important for you as a person to be in oneness, in one love, in one heart, you know. So you get together, you sit down with yourself, talk to yourself. Never be, the worst lie that you can ever tell is the lie that you tell to yourself. Never lie to yourself. Be always true to yourself. Try to align the inner and the outside. Like the way you are born. Look at the cells that make your body. Your body is equal. Mostly, I know that maybe there are some other cases, but we do not want to talk about them now. But what I'm saying now is that if you can check, your hands are equal, your legs are equal, everything, man, is perfectly equal. So you should also be in line and ask yourself what will happen if you are perfectly in line, if you are perfectly placed with your inner self. A lot of good things will happen to you. You don't have to be like, I won't advocate for you to of course it's in black people to be like very sympathetic to people, but the first person you should be sympathetic to is yourself. Be sympathetic to your body, be sympathetic to your mind. Like, is this the right thing that I should be feeding my mind, so, and then even your body, is this the right food that I'm supposed to be eating? Your mind then is supposed to weigh and then study and see food, good foods and bad foods, So if your mind, then your mind helps your body, and then if your body doesn't allow for you to maybe to be like a reckless person, like some people, they drink, some they smoke. So if you do all those things, then you're harming your body, and it's only in the mind. The mind has to, it has to stop. The mind has to like think twice,